matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Arizona Cardinals. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. First carry for James Conner. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Throwing now is Murray. Finds his running back, James Conner. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. With his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game. No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense. Finding room at midfield. And some space here. Down the left sideline. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Shotgun now from Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. Early and often, I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A man who played collegiately in nearby Tempe, the old Sun Devil. It's Rashad White. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Opting to run again here with Wright. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They go play action with Jackson. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. Someone sharp in this game. He had a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we, talking to him in the... And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. On 1st and 10 is Counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Murray off play action. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and the Bucks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster, 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Now Jackson on 1st down. Otten brings it in over the middle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Read option, this is White. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cards are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. They begin on the ground here with Counter. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Cardinals! And always It's a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Jackson gets the check down throw to White. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
It was Deron Payne who got in there to make the play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Play fake. Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. They got his man complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 75. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They go play action now. Jackson. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Bucks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joe Tryon in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Jackson on 1st down.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. On play action, it's Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cards continue to pull away here in this first half. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down, they'll run with White, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Just keeping the play alive. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's White. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Cardinal first down, Murray to Hopkins.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now. Light a fire under these guys.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Bucks going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Murray now on 1st down. Oh, over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins.
And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 42 yards out. Prater's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The first half, no contest. What will the second half bring? As we are back and underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know,
and he fires one that's intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. This is caught by Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That's complete to White. On the move past the 40. And a fast footwork by White. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad White, 53 yards. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. The Bucks ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Connor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. And the defense loses him. It's complete. A huge play there for Arizona. 43 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Cardinals have opened the lead up to 30. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. They go play action with Jackson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Running out of the gun with White. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. It's caught. This is White. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
These are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It's David Collins who got in there to get the sack.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson, and they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
David Collins,
his 2nd sack of the night. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. Badgley able to punch this one through. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
James Conner,
his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year.
And the Cardinals have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Airing this one out for Evans. And unable connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Play fake. Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running right on the option is Murray. Murray giving to Connor on the option. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 226 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka in pursuit that time, and he gets the tackle for loss. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Murray now. And this will be swung out here for Conner. Touchdown! James Conner, 31 yards. And the Cardinals look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. They're definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass.